Hey, what is up guys? It's Traizel, and welcome to the next episode of the TraizelCraft lore series. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Dystopia. What is Dystopia? What is its origins? And why is it such a powerful country? As well as a little dive into Traizel, and who is the king of Dystopia? So before I get into this, I want to express that the story of TraizelCraft, specifically Dark Reach, actually takes place during the years 2072 to 2085, and is just a future of today's world. It is not an alternate timeline or universe. It takes place on Earth, and on real Earth locations, just in the future. So Dystopia, in the Dark Reach era, is the world's superpower. By that, I mean it is by far the most powerful, massive, and scary country on the face of the Earth. To get a better understanding of what all that means, we need to take a step back to the year 2051. Now, what happened in the year 2051? It was the beginning of something big, but nobody knew it yet. In the year 2051, the world looked a lot like it does today. Over 200 countries on 7 different continents. Life was looking good. Humans were not only looking to the skies and space travel, but we're seeing new possibilities in technology here on Earth to help propel us further as a civilization. One specific country, however, was a bit more power hungry than the rest. The US, or the United States of America, by the year 2051, was in a very powerful position and was seeking many ways to turn their power to the next level. They thought that expanding their territory would help with that. In the year 2051, the US took all of their military power and invaded Canada and Mexico in hopes to take it over. After a long and dreadful invasion, the US successfully took over both Canada and Mexico. The US encompasses the entirety of North America. They were as big as a continent. They seemed pretty unstoppable for about 6 months. After some time controlling so much land, the US began to struggle containing all of the new people, resources demand, and overall tripled land power. It was not 6 years until the US went into a major depression, and the US was on the brink of a collapse. The government tried everything to prevent the inevitable. In the year 2057, the US fell like Rome, and suddenly, it was a continent of free real estate. What was left of the government powers were a few people, along with one military general who had an idea. This military general was one of the higher-ups in the US military, and decided to take the remains of the US military, which was actually pretty decent and could withstand itself, and then start a new country in Detroit. They decided to call this new startup country Dystopia. Dystopia was founded in the year 2057. The leaders were the remaining government powers of the US. They decided to set it up as a monarchy, with the military general as the king, being he had the original idea and put in most of the work to get the new country going. His name was Traizel. At the time, they just began, but they had no idea that their new country would become the world's superpower and lead the world into a golden age, as well as its greatest downfall. About 8 years later, Dystopia had expanded from Detroit to the east to the west coast of North America, as far as they can go north and south as well. Some countries have claimed land in parts of what used to be Mexico and Upper Canada. But by the year 2065, Dystopia was larger than the original 48 states of the US. The country had reached hundreds of miles into Mexico and Canada as well. Now that this country had a proper amount of land and a very nice army, Traizel decided to put a lot of his time and effort into research. But what kind of research? Traizel, like most people, wanted to find ways to expand the human race through technology and new ideas. Through all of his dedication to this research, he found a lot of success, and Dystopia became very advanced. In the year 2069, the advancements of technology and prosperous fruits of the land brought Dystopia into a sort of golden age. Traizel kept going with his discoveries and advancements, and the golden age seemed to be going extremely well. It was in 2072, 3 years after the golden age began, that Traizel began a new project, making an extremely advanced AI that was supposed to be as smart, if not smarter, than a human. Now, I've talked about this before. This AI turns against Traizel and leads to the Great Cursed War. If you want to learn more about that, I have lots of other videos, especially those lore videos, which I go deep into the Great Cursed War, so you can go watch those if you want. And that's going to be it for this video about Dystopia. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I'm going to be doing a lot more lore videos in the future, as well as hopefully soon I will be starting a TraizelCraft history series, where I'm going to be talking about the history of TraizelCraft all the way back to the beginning where I first created the world up to now. Now there's a lot to talk about there, which is why I'm going to be making a whole series on it. It's actually very interesting. If you've ever wanted to know how I built TraizelCraft and like all the stuff about it, like all the steps that took to get me to this point, it's 9 years. It's a long time. 9 years is a very long time. It's very interesting. I'm excited to get that started too. But besides that, if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe if you are new. And as always, peace out, everybody.